Jack, how are you?
Yeah, so good. How are you?
I'm doing great. Thank you for taking time to do this today.
No problem.
Yeah, so the Thundermans are back, and you're not only starring, but you're also an executive producer. What is that like? And do you have any plans to, I don't know, cross over and do directing or writing?
You know, acting takes a lot of my time and energy. I want to be good, and it takes a lot of commitment to the craft. And the short answer is yes. I'd love to direct an episode of the Thundermans because I know it so well, and um, I definitely hope that is in the future. But I don't have aspirations to produce and direct. I'm committed to being an actor and growing in my craft. And ultimately, really, the goal is to be a movie star, and that is going to take a lot of, and it has taken a lot of time to, you know, sort of unlearn and learn new things. The Thundermans and Nickelodeon, while it's amazing and has given me so much in my young career, and I've gotten to travel the world and do so many cool things. After the show, and when I got into finally a few years later, got into my acting class that I'm still in, where I'm thriving and I feel my work growing. Taken a lot of time and work to really ask myself and find who I am and take Max away from Jack. And it's really taken all this time to where now that I feel like, I'm kind of booking some other stuff now and getting, good looks at really these cool dramatic projects. Now that I've done all this work, I'm being pulled back to Max. And so it's kind of ironic and funny, but I feel like it's all meant to be, because now that I've done the work to sort of separate the two, I sort of can, go back and forth between, Jack and Max.
Well, I was going to ask you if you learned anything about yourself by playing Max, but I feel like you just answered that question.
Yeah, definitely. Definitely. I mean, it's you when you do a series, it's different from doing a movie. Like when I do a movie, at the end of it, I'm always like, dang, like I can play it so much better now. But when you do a series, you're growing and learning and moving with the character. And so that's why it's such an incredible opportunity, career wise, to have booked this role specifically. Is, you know the world has gotten a look into my life and how I've sort of grown with my character. And Max has had a lot of revelations along the way, and so have I, in my life. And so getting to play Max this whole time, and also find time to work on myself, especially those few years right after the show, and now coming back has just been truly a gift that just keeps on giving. That's the only way to really put it.
I asked Kira what her best big sister advice is, so I'd love to hear what your best big brother advice is.
um I there's so many ways I could answer this. And like what's the context? Like who am I talking to my younger self? Am I talking to Maya? Like, you know.
Just, I guess, in general, do you have like some good advice for, because you have a lot of like young fans watching the show.
Okay, I'd
Drop your
say
wisdom. What's your wisdom for them?
I'd say don't rush in general. Don't rush your process. Don't rush growing up. Um um if you want to go quick, go alone. If you want to go far, go together. Um, you know, I think you should always strive to um, commune and be a part of something bigger than just you. Um, and in the same way, I'd say it's not all about you. Um, when you're an actor in a project, you're like this puzzle piece in a big puzzle. And and it's a beautiful way to really look at life. Like all you can do is your best in what you feel like you're called to do, and not spread yourself too thin. I feel like that's a big piece of advice too. When I was younger, I like to do all this stuff, and I wanted to direct,
Yep.
and I wanted to be a martial artist, and I wanted just so many things, and you realize that, like, well, to be proficient and to master just one of these things takes a lifetime. So, when you look at people that are multi-talented and, you want to be like them, well, you kind of have to really kind of level and get specific with your goals. For me, it's acting and music, and while I'm interested and I'd like to be able to do other things. I'm interested in making clothes. I'm interested in stand-up comedy. Those are two things that, like, I kind of have in my sights for the future. Like once I really kind of make more headway in what I'm doing now. You have to sort of organize your life. When you're young, when you're when you're a kid, when you're not even 18 yet, focus on one thing. Just focus on one thing. And you'll be pretty good at that thing by the time you're ready to go to college, or not go to college. College isn't for everyone. It's not
Right.
like something that you have to do. But by the time you're an adult, like, you'll be pretty good at that thing. And after that, you got that on lock. Don't stop working at that thing. You always keep training, but maybe you have room in your life because maybe you're not training all day on that thing. Maybe you have room in your life to start another skill, and then 5 years, 6 years later, all of a sudden you have two things you're really good at. And so that's just, that's my advice.
That's solid. And I'm guilty of doing too many things and wanting to do too many things. And yeah, so solid,
We all
solid
are.
advice.
We all are.
All right, my last question is a fun one. There's really cool stuff on the set, obviously with the superpowers and the layer. If you could take anything home, what would it be?
Hmm. Um, Probably the reverse slide. I mean, if I can take that, because I have another level in my house, it'd be pretty sick to just hop in the wall and get shot up to my room. That'd be pretty
There you
cool.
go.
That's got to be it. Yeah,
That's a good one. I was like, oh, that snack machine, like that whole snack station area. I was like, oh, that'd be kind
it's a
of
good
tight
one. Yeah,
though.
I forgot about that. It's a good one. Yeah.
All right, well, that's my time. I appreciate you taking time to talk about the Thundermans Undercover today, and I hope you have a great rest of your day.
Thanks, Ashley. Thank you.